SEC goes after meme coins pumped by YouTube shillers, along with another ETF filing that's going to make your head spin. Big dates coming up here with the SEC and Ripple. Yeah, we're going to hear what they're actually finally appealing, and we're going to talk XRP price action at the end because
due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And happy hump day, crypto and Web3 fans, and it's a big one because today is a deadline for the SEC and Ripple case. But before we get into that, we go to your comments. That's right, because the viewer is most important. I bring you news 7 days a week. Well, if I have power, I bring you news 7 days a week. So let's get right into it. Straw Hat says, no price action and stuck in court for years. Constitution gives an explicit right to a speedy trial. 4+ years is not speedy. Doesn't matter who you are. Unconstitutional government. The corruption holding back this space is getting old. It's been boring. Gensler should be in jail for insider trading, utilizing his position for market manipulation. You do have the right to a fair, speedy trial. The problem is, at every turn of this, they've been asking for extensions, more time, and delays. So yeah, the processes are kind of rolling through, but they're getting delayed at every step. By the way, Coinbase is going through a thing with the SEC. They got permission for expedited trial, okay? Expedited case. That one's going to go quick. That thing is going to be done in well less than a year, while the XP case is going to be going on many years. By the way, today we're going to find out what the SEC is appealing. Same with Ripple. Mark Coffin says, John Deaton crushed it in the debate with Pocahontas last night. She tried her best, but John was in full prosecutor mode, and his record is formidable. Hopefully he can beat the odds and get elected because he deserves it, as do all of us. I do. I really hope Deaton wins. I just know he doesn't have a chance in hell. Speaking of chances in hell, let's see if maybe what his little thing last night gave us some oomph. No. Her chances went from 96.4 to 96.6. So, no, it didn't really help us. But hey, I mean, there's always hope, right? Speaking of hope, someone got in trouble for being a hopium pumper. Bitcoin's in at 67,626, while ETH is at 2613. BNB is getting close to 600. That's right, touching. I keep telling you about it. Avalanche pulling back, Near pulling back, Sweep pulling back as well. XRP holding sideways at 54.8. By the way, I shared a list yesterday about what assets could be listed by Grayscale next for a little pump action. Well, guess what? I've got an ETF filing for you. But first, following massive XRP. No. SEC charges an individual behind Satema Inu meme coin launch. The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court alleges that the defendant, FAM, illegally sold unregistered securities in the form of digital tokens. It also accuses FAM of misleading investors and promoting Satema through deceptive tactics. Some of these cited deceptive tactics include fraudulent statements about the coin's value and prospects. According to the SEC, FAM leveraged social media channels to promote the meme coin. He artificially inflated the value of Satema Inu and ultimately profited at the expense of unsuspecting investors, advertising a strong community backing and future utility. I want you to think about that. How many other crypto projects out there like, we've got a massive community, we've got a lot of backing, we've got a bunch of utility, and it's all bullshit. So be careful. Now, what pisses me off, though, about this story is how many years did it take? The damage was already done by people getting into this junk shit. However, the SEC contends that FAM's promotional efforts were part of a pump and dump scheme. This is the quote from Gubir Grewal, who's going to be leaving the SEC. FAM misled investors by making grand promises of wealth, and as a result, many individuals lost significant amounts of money. Yet those shillers out there were telling you, you better hold strong. Satema family, no. Litecoin skyrockets 7% as Canary files for an ETF after XRP. That's right, Canary Capital filed for the XRP ETF. Now Canary is like, there's a lot of Litecoin volume out there. We want to make some money. And that's all this is about. They don't give a shit if it's XRP. They don't give a crap if it's BTC, ETH, the Snoop D-O-double-G. All they care about is, can they launch a product which makes them money. Think these are all just businesses when it comes down to it at the end. Canary Capital, an asset manager, revealed on Tuesday that it's filed an S-1 registration with the U.S. SEC to launch a Litecoin exchange-traded fund. If approved, the ETF will give both retail and institutional investors broad exposure to Litecoin. All right. What about Tether? Oh, but bro, Tether's going bankrupt. Girlfriend. Tether reports significant user growth for USDT stablecoin. This is why Ripple wants to get into stablecoin, because the user growth is insane. Look at this chart. You like that chart? That's a juicy chart. That right there is juicy. That chart means money, and that is the accounts receiving USDT over time. No wonder Ripple wants to get in this. By the way, if you want to read this and other articles, you're welcome to do so, because as always, any article you see in this video will be linked to everyone in the description below. Tether reached a significant milestone for its third quarter of 2024, which just ended. These are some quick stats. The number of users for its stablecoin rising to 330 million. This figure is equivalent to the population of the United States. Additionally, there are millions of more users utilizing USDT on centralized platforms where those accounts just refer to as one owner. The last quarter saw a record increase of 36.25 million new users. Holy crap. Over the past 4 quarters, the average growth rate of users stood at 9%. This expansion is primarily attributed to on-chain wallets and accounts. So you can see why Ripple and a bunch of other companies want to get into stablecoin action. There's a lot of juice there. Now, what's the big date? The big date is today. Yeah, seriously, we should find out later today exactly what the SEC is appealing. So hit that notification bell if you're subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, well, you better hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out, because you know I'm going to break this news. Ripple and the SEC plan for a lengthy appeal process expected to extend into 2026. You might want to roll that into 2027 if we go to the Supreme Court. The next major step in the case comes with the SEC's filing a Form C due on October 16th. Hey, that's today. This document will highlight all the specific issues in the appeal that the agency would love to advance on. In return, Ripple will also file its Form C, making sure that nothing is left untouched. Now we've got some dates here, okay? Listen to these, all right? Once both parties submit their Form C filings, they will work together to establish a timeline for filing legal briefs. In turn, the SEC will be given up to 90 days to submit its opening brief, which will advance its legal arguments. Ripple advisors assume the SEC will take the full 90 days. And this goes back to your comments in the beginning. That's why I talk about all this stuff being juicy and relevant and so forth. 4+ years is not speedy. And at every one of these impasses, like this one here, they have 90 days to submit an opening brief. Ripple's got 90 days to submit a reply. This is what you're going to see. It's going to be time after time after time. Following the submission of the SEC's brief, Ripple will present its rebuttal to the issues raised by the SEC. Both sides are expected to go back and forth, presenting their cases in detail up to mid-2025 or to the end of 2025 and not 2026. This time frame reveals the nature of the stakes are not easy to solve, and both sides are getting ready for a long legal battle. Now, in terms of XRP price, down 10% for the year, down 86% from all-time high. Last 7 days, up 3.6 cents. Sitting right now at 31.1 market cap with a volume of 1.1 billion. Price action, hey, we touched 55. That's good, but we got pushed down a little bit. It's still early, though, with a move just happened. Let's swing it on over the candlesticks and see if anything pops out at us. We're going to switch on up to the 15-minute candle, which gives us a good near-term view, but allows us also to zoom out to see if there's anything worthwhile trend-wise to spot. And what you can see here is there have been several attempts by XRP to pump through that 55, but it keeps getting rejected. We had a real healthy candlestick just a little bit ago, but again, that one got pushed back, but it's still an early move. I expect some definite volatility today once we find out what the SEC is actually appealing. If they are appealing secondary sales, and that's the stuff that affects you and I. And I'm going to be honest with you. The SEC can appeal whatever they want. They could go after Larson and Garlinghouse again. They could go after programmatic sales. They could go after whatever the F they want in this appeal window. So for everyone out there that says, bro, XRP has legal clarity. No, those are some murky ass waters, because if the SEC wants to, they can appeal that today in their Form C filing. So XRP, be very careful, because you could see some real interesting price moves if the SEC goes after secondary. That would be a big one. Or if the SEC wants to go after Brad and Chris again, I could see that affecting the price, because then it's going to go after them alleging fraud and so forth, and that would be horrible. But let's see what happens with the filing. So like I said, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. We've got some floor support here above that 52-cent mark. But again, breaking through 55 has been very tough, because within the last couple weeks, we've had some struggles here, getting rejected time and time again. It's not a happy hump day for XRP fans. If you keep getting rejected, sometimes it's nice to get a little love from the spouse. Caffeine, salt, and berries. But when it comes to Canary Capital, there's no allegiance to XRP. There's no allegiance to any crypto. It's just about launching products that make you money. And that's what Canary's doing. So if they don't get approved with the SEC's XRP one, they're like, look, we got Litecoin. Oh, maybe we'll go with Filecoin. Oh, maybe we're going to go with this and this. It's whatever generates them profit. These exchanges are just like grocery stores. And the groceries that they want on their shelves are the ones that sell. So they're going to launch a whole bunch of products. And if those products sell, guess what? They're going to keep them on the shelf. And that's being relevant. That's why it's good to have juicy volume that XRP has. But if they don't stay relevant, then they're going to be like, what a piece of crap. Let's move on. And that's when you see companies like Binance do their delistings of pairs, because they're just like, dude, we don't want to put resources into these pairs that aren't earning us any money. Speaking of money, how about the whole idea of promoting a coin using influencers, faking the whole value, faking the community, faking the growth, and yet meanwhile, people were still there pumping the ever-living crap out of this stuff. And remember, it was the same thing. Oh, we got a big community. Oh, we got big utility coming up. I'm looking around. I don't see is that utility over there? Well, is that no utility anywhere to be found. In fact, even OG cryptos right now are struggling with utility and adoption because they haven't built products that people want yet. I mean, I get it. Trading is one thing. Buying, speculating in digital assets, that's one thing. But I'm talking about the utilization of it. Tether's got a lot of users because they're using that to park some money, move money back and forth. That I get. 330 million users, as big as the population in the United States. Yeah, there's some definite utility there. And that's why Ripple wants to get into the stablecoin market. But in terms of this meme stuff, I'm frustrated because you know what? The damage was already done. For all the people that got into Satama Emu, the damage was done, and then Gensler steps in way afterwards like, I saved the day. And we're like, no, you didn't, dude. Everyone got wrecked already. Everyone got wrecked after FTX. Everyone got wrecked after Celsius. Everyone got wrecked after Luna. The SEC has been late to the show, and it's not about protecting investors. It's about making it look like they're protecting investors, but who got protected with any of those? I know who got protected. It's the people that bought those shit coins on the inside and then dumped it on you. The people that promoted that crap, not promoting the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, because that's my job. And that's going to stay my job. So am I happy that Ripple is going ahead with RLUSD? You better believe I am. Am I happy that we're not seeing any XRP related products that we all want to get into? No, of course not. Am I happy that there was a big game built on XRPL that used Unreal Engine? It was a fucking clone to every other first-person shooter out there, so no, I'm not happy. But what I am happy with is that XRP is holding its volume, holding its interest through the court case, which means more grocery stores, exchanges out there, are going to list the products because they know the products are going to fly off the shelf. That's the hope that XRP has. We just got to start getting some building in of products that people use, and we got to get that stablecoin launched soon enough because you don't want Tether to swallow the whole world. By the way, choo-choo, bitches.